This season's Neighborhood Street program got off to a slow but rigorous start.
This summer's program has been very intense. We had a lot of rain, as everyone remembers here. It took a while for things to get really warmed up for us to do paving, which delayed a lot of our projects. We worked around it, we did the best we can, and with the volume of work that we have this year and the weather, it was a little more stressful than normal.
Carrie Koski is the go-to person when it comes to the city's Neighborhood Street program. She rates the streets, programs the different maintenance, and oversees the overall construction.
We've got a large volume of streets and not a lot of money, so it's a balancing act.
This summer, Carrie is managing a $12 million project to reconstruct 36 streets in 3 areas of the city. In the southwest around Skyline Drive and Westfield Avenue, and in the northeast in the Oliver Montello area.
Well, these 3 neighborhoods had the worst of the worst streets.
Like any good manager, she relies on other specialists in the field as well to check for quality control and to help keep residents happy during the 2 or so months it takes to complete the work.
We get quite a few people wanting to know about certain things out here that have to do with their access to their driveways, or why we're doing a certain thing, or what's the schedule, and he's the guy that's out here interfacing with those people.
Other city public works staff help do the planning and design for about 2/3 of the work on the neighborhood streets. The group went out to bid early and saved the city about $3 million. Carrie also addresses many residents' concerns. A big question is why crews dig up the streets after they're done. It's so the manholes can be accessible to the utility companies.
I get a lot of calls. I would say probably about 4 calls a week from property owners wanting to know why the streets are torn up, why we're doing this, why we're doing that. And I realize it is an inconvenience, but right now to this community, road construction is one of the big things that we have going on. It's bringing dollars into the community. We're employing all of these guys out here you see running the jackhammers and the rollers and driving the trucks, and they're going to the restaurants, and it's just a chain reaction. So I believe that right now our road work is bringing a lot of dollars into our community.
In the Oliver Montello area, the city's Public Works Department is coordinating the street reconstruction work with replacement of the sewer lines.
So this is our first large-scale coordinated effort to do a neighborhood rehabilitation project where we're doing a large volume of sewer and streets at the same time.
Michael says the sewer lines are in pretty bad shape.
The neighborhood was constructed in the late 1950s, so that's 60 years ago. We like to use a rule of thumb for sewer pipe of 50-year service life, so we were a little bit past that. Add on to that, it was concrete pipe. Concrete pipe has a tendency to decay under certain circumstances. In this neighborhood, we had some pipe that had decayed and it essentially failed. We're replacing it with plastic pipe that has a much better surface life, much more resistant to chemical corrosion.
While the coordinated construction work will save money, more importantly, it curbs the inconvenience to the homeowners in this area.
It's like pulling a Band-Aid off. We're pulling it off fast. It's a little more painful, but for a much shorter period of time. While we're coming through, we do the sewer and the street essentially simultaneously. So we impact the residents less, which, it's hard to put a dollar to that, but for their quality of life, I think it's a significant advantage.
Michael says the entire project, including the reconstruction of the streets, should be completed by October.
It's been a lot of fun coordinating between the sewer and the street folks through Public Works. We think that we're onto something here, and we look forward to other projects in other neighborhoods that we can repair and replace infrastructure where it's needed.